what do you mean by bulk billing undervalues dietetics?
I don't even remember saying this. Bulk billing undervalues dietetics is a question. What do I mean when I say this? Not words that I really would have come up with. A lot of people say it. A lot of people say that bulk billing undervalues. I remember early days when the discussion boards were different format to what they are now. And a lot of people...
We used to read them.
Yeah, we used to read them and used to know how to access them. I still don't know. Anyway, that's by the by. Basically, there's a lot of people, every couple of months, there'll be someone else going, oh, I'm bulk billing, I'm bulk billing, I'm bulk billing. And then people in the high horse would come in and go, you shouldn't bulk bill, it undervalues the service, you should be charging whatever. I agree to a point. So bulk billing is appropriate for certain areas, and there's certain areas where you just will not get any work or clients unless you bulk bill. So on the Sunshine Coast, we don't have bulk billing with our private clinic, but with Correct Nutrition, we do have bulk billing because we're in lower socioeconomic areas. We're in areas that people will not pay. There's other dietitians that are bulk billing, so that happens, but it's also medical centres. So medical centres bulk bill a lot of the time here, like locally in Brisbane and Gold Coast, and even everywhere where we are now, like across Australia. There's so many bulk billing clinics still, even though they try to roll out that whole pay service. A lot of them are like, no one's going to come and see us. We're going to bulk bill. So I think the whole service is lower valued, and that is, I think that's across all industries. Like when you think about buying electronics now, you can buy a TV that's 50 inches for $300.
Yeah, but I say what I really grinds my gears is say you go into a mixed billing clinic where for the majority of them people are paying to see the GP. So the one that I go to.
Oh yeah, and then they want you to bulk bill.
And then they expect that you should be bulk billing as a dietitian. So how does that actually then weigh up?
Yeah, and the answer is that it's not your choice.
No.
It's their business, and they get to run it how they see fit, and so do you in terms of if you want to bulk bill or not. And the same like people undervaluing dietetics in terms of I'm going to charge a private client $50 to come and see me for an hour and a half, and someone down the road is trying to get $110 for 30 minutes. You know, like
undervalue means I think you undervalue yourself, and you also then you just give too much. So let's say that you are seeing someone for a bulk billed amount and you're seeing them for an hour. Well, that's ridiculous. So what you need to assess is, all right, what you want to do, how you want to practice, do you want to make money, do you not want to make money, and you can improve your skills and still have a valuable consult in the bulk billing setting.
And why Peter says that it's ridiculous is because $52.95 for an hour consult, when you take into account what you're paying in rent and the percentage you're likely paying to a medical centre plus admin plus all the other expenses for a business, you're losing money. And you might not think you are in that micro, but then if you look over 12 months, you've lost a buttload of money. And it's just not sustainable. So you need to have shorter consults, and you know, through uni you train this whole number of, you need an hour for an initial and at least half an hour for a review. And that's bullshit. You can get the same amount of value in a much shorter time if you target the right things the right way. So in terms of bulk billing devaluing the service, yeah, sure, that can, but there's also a lot of other ways that can be devalued, and that's by the service of the actual dietitians delivering consultations.
You can be there for an hour and still give no value.
Oh, it can be absolute shit compared to me doing 10 minutes. Like, you know, there's different levels of dietitians, but at different levels of services, and sometimes you have to bulk bill, and they could be the best dietitian on the planet and be bulk billing clients, 100%. But if that's how they want to run their business, that's how they want to run their business. And I think people shouldn't judge that in terms of, you know, if they're making money from it, sweet. But I guess the issue that I have with it in terms of where this probably came from was when I was talking about possibly new grads starting out and just going, all right, so everyone else is private billing or whatever, and now I'm just going to undercut everyone and go bulk bill. Or try and target medical centres where dietitians are already active and then go and undercut them. That's where it devalues it, because then it's just like, well, we're not, like I say, that we're all in competition, but at the same time, we still got the common goal. There is enough work if you are strategic enough and willingness to do stuff. But yeah, I feel like that's probably where it came from, is that kind of devalues the service, because it's not only that you're bulk billing, it's that you're shit. When you first come out, we're all pretty bad. Like, we're okay, but we're not exceptional compared to, like, the learning is ridiculous in private practice. If your first job is in private practice by yourself.
You lack perspective. you lack 100% perspective on life and life as a dietitian and people's lives and the whole system in general. You lack perspective. I think that's the biggest thing. You may not be shit, but you just don't have that whole worldly experience. And I mean that.
Well, yeah. It's just like, yeah, they don't know what's good or better.
Yeah, you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's normal. You don't know, and you don't know because you don't know what you don't know. So you get thrown out there, and absolutely, you're likely to be shit.
Yeah, but it's more that they're throwing themselves out there. So I guess that's what we have an issue with. That's why we say, yeah, it's all good, well and good to go in private practice as a new grad, but go and work for someone in private practice as a new grad. Don't just start your own business, because going back to the other question, like, you're probably going to know business skills and don't know how to do that, but also you're going to run yourself and the profession into the ground because you're just running everything at a loss.
Yeah. And that's devaluing dietetics, because if you have someone come and see you, you don't know how bad you are, you don't know how good you could be, and that person comes and sees you and pretty much has a really crappy experience or doesn't get really good results, and all dietitians are terrible. So it's being aware that you will make a difference to the influence that you have on people's lives. Yeah, huge.
In Australia.
Massive.
Especially now with social media, if you give them a bloody shit thing and they're a loud person, they'll just say, this dietitian, they told me to bloody have salad and stop drinking and only have celery sticks and hummus for afternoon tea. They're going to tell everyone, and then all their friend group, and then it's going to go. So yeah, that's another rant for another day. But so yeah, in terms of devaluing, that's kind of what we're talking about. We have bulk billing clinics in certain areas based on medical centres, so it's not all across the board, but you still got to give a good service for whatever it is you're charging, whether that be bulk bill or private. Cool. That's it.
That's it for today.
Got any questions, hit us up. As usual, stop being quiet, stop being scared. It's okay not to know shit. Cool. Talk soon.